investing in land, we think about buying a plot or a piece of land, then wait for that piece of land to appreciate, or that general location to appreciate in value so that we can sell that piece of land. But there is a group, the high net worth players. There is a way they invest in land, and generally they do it in a systematic way. Hello and welcome to this episode. We'll be going to look at how high net worth players invest in land and how they remain unnoticed even though they do huge investment in land. When we say high net worth players, these are people who have amassed huge amounts of wealth. And when they invest percentages of their wealth into what they want to invest in. And when you come to land, when you hold much areas of land, that land you hold is a sign of power. In the African setting, it's a sign of power, control, and this brings huge pressure to the one who is holding such land. But how do high net worth players do it? Because they still invest. They invest a lot and to huge tracts of land. How do they do it? The very first thing they do is that someone who is investing in acres of land cannot just invest and transfer the title to their name. They cannot invest and get their name written on that document. Why? It becomes a bullseye on their back. It becomes a clear target for everyone, every competitor to target on that land. But they separate themselves from this wealth. They detach themselves from this wealth. How so? Investing follows a systematic procedure. And this procedure normally follows a certain set company or a holding company. It can be a trust, it can be a registered company. They create that company or they join it, then they proclaim their interest to invest in a certain piece of land or a certain region. Generally, the company or the holding company, the trust or a registered company invests through the money they get from this person. They buy that piece of land, then the piece of land is transferred to the company's name or the registered company's name. In case of a legal battle, who is going to vote? It's the company, not the individual. This makes them very secure when they do business, when they do investments, because it's not wise for you to be on the notice board, on the front page of a magazine saying so and so owns this a certain amount of wealth or a certain piece of land in acres. Let's say someone owns 10,000 acres. It's very unwise for them to have a single title holding that land as theirs. And this is a wise way that have come to be invest, or they have come to invest back to the community, or individually they have thought of and invested in their different ways. But investing also comes with the risk of high tax rate when you invest in leasehold properties. But what the wealthy do, or the high net worth players, they do not just invest in land as merely investing, but they invest in conservation measures. Also, they invest in land, but they say this land is not just an investment, but a prayer in agricultural farming to invest back into the community, to give the food gap or to fill the food gap that is there. So the government sees that land as agricultural land. The tax rate is reduced. All like of rate we have seen carbon credits. They say this land will go into removing carbon from the air, which now will generate carbon credit back into their pocket, making that land as a conservation. Or they can say also it's a riparian, they are covering a riparian reserve or a water source. Henceforth, it's a conservation and not generally an investment to make money, but it is a means of holding that land. Thank you for watching this episode. See you on the next one.